Stanjabalisco coming at you from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of absurd siren sounds. What I'm referring to is every Monday at about 4:45, there's a town hall meeting here in my hometown of Lead, L-E-A-D. And in order to announce that that meeting is about to take place, they blow the single siren, tornado siren, air raid siren, whatever you want to call it, located on the downtown city hall. And you can pretty much hear it all over the populated part of town. They blow it in the same way that they would have blown sirens had the Russians launched missiles at us to blow us to smithereens in the 1960s and 1970s. That's when my parents built the fallout shelter that served as my ham radio station for a number of years. It never had to serve to protect us against the radioactive fallout from a nuclear attack. It would not have survived a direct hit. But it was used as a tornado shelter, and the tornado signal with those sirens was a steady tone, or a steady sort of a scary sound, actually, and this is the very same sound that was. It was a steady for 3 to 5 minutes, indicating that tornado had been sighted and might strike Rochester. Well, we are not likely to have a tornado here in the black holes for various meteorological and geological reasons. And nor are we likely anymore to have to worry much about the Russians launching nuclear missiles at us with hydrogen weapons on them that could blow us all to smithereens, as I said, or worse. But so they blow the sirens in the old way that they would have had we been under nuclear attack. For about the same 3 minutes. Now, an old troglodyte like myself will remember the day that if we heard that sound during anything other than a test, and it went on for any length of time, we'd better take cover. We were under attack. Of course, it never occurred. Mutual assured destruction, maybe. The absolute absurdity of the whole business, maybe. But the Russians and us both knew that we would not survive such an event, and it was kind of pointless to do it unless we just wanted to commit suicide, mutual mass suicide. So we never did it. Today, most places in the country, when they do have a tornado, they will use that same steady tone. And it's that same scary sound that used to scare me more than the sight of the tornado itself. And I did see a couple little tornadoes. So I wonder how quickly we forget how the world can transition from one sort of horrifying reality into another. Today's horrifying reality, of course, is much more fragmented, but perhaps more of a threat. Take 911, for example. That really happened. That was worse than Pearl Harbor. But it happened. Did they blow the sirens before that one? They had no way of knowing it was coming. I guess what I'm trying to get at is every Monday at 4:45, we're reminded, those of us old enough to know or remember, The day when we feared the possibility that we would be destroyed by the Russians. Were they a paper tiger, or were they not? Does it matter now? It only matters if we forget the lessons we ought to have learned from all of that. Just some rambling thoughts from the mind of a troglodyte old enough to remember all that stuff, but more fond memories of that fallout shelter are my ham radio contacts. Stan Gibilisco, ham radio call sign, by the way, Whiskey 1 Golf Victor, W1GV. Signing off for now, saying 73, which means best regards in ham radio jargon, and so long, which means da-da-da-da-da-da.